Welcome to Castles to Cauldrons, where every journey starts with a little bit of magic.
Well, welcome to episode 23 of Castles to Cauldrons. I'm your host, Jason Davis. I'm here with Micah, Rachel, and Terry. And today we have a very special guest. Kiersti Torok is with us. You know her as the Coupon Hunter on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. She's an amazing person to watch if you're trying to save money. She did a Disney dining plan hack last year. We brought her on because Disney announced they're doing a free dining incentive this summer. So we figured she could help us out with how to get the most out of your money. So welcome to Castles and Cauldrons, Kiersti. Glad to have you on.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about the dining plan and hacking our way through it.
Awesome. What made you come up with the idea first off to do the hack of Disney dining?
So it was right before the dining plan came back. So it was right about to start again. It was January of 2024 and they were bringing it back for the first time, I think since COVID. And so people were kind of looking at what the value had changed, the price point had changed, and they weren't kind of sure if it was worth it anymore because so much has changed within the past 5 years at Disney. And so I kind of looked at it and went, this is something that I can kind of look at and go, is this worth it? Is it not? A lot of people are saying it's not worth it. And I'm one of those people that if you tell me I can't do something, I want to do it. And so I looked at it and I was like, is there a way to make this worth it? Can I cheat the system and get the dining plan that I'm paying for and get more value out of it? So it kind of was a bunch of things all at once, kind of stirring the pot together. But then I sat down and I was like, but wait, this is worth it. And I know that if you go to this place, it's a kid's meal for an adult. And then my wheels started spinning. And it was like, it took me 2 months to plan it. I'm not going to lie to you. It was 2 months of every night looking at all of the options and all of the restaurants that I could go to, and kind of picking the right date. But yeah, it was just perfect timing, I guess.
That's going to be my question was how long did it take you to do that? So 2 months. And you scoured all the food booth things and everything like that. If you haven't watched the videos, I would encourage you to go watch them. They're great. And she really goes deep into how much she would have spent if she hadn't paid for it. Out of all of them, I'm a fat guy. I like food. What is your favorite food that you had gotten on that dining plan?
I'm a big sucker for the moon bowl. I loved that moon bowl. It was so freaking good. I'm not going to lie to you. But my other thing that they took off the menu was the chicken waffle from Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. And now we might have to go do it again because that's off the menu. But that was one of my favorites too. That was so good. We love that.
And I appreciate all the research you did because my trip in November, it helped me. So I didn't have to do all that research. I already watched your videos and saw and knew. And I just did little things when when we were at Epcot, my husband's a big seafood fan and some of the food and wine booths, he was getting snack credits that were worth $12 and $13 because it was shrimp and crab type things. And he got multiple of those. So I was like, we have to at least, break even, but I want to do better. And I kept track on my phone, every day, how much it would have been. And I had this really long running list of how much did we pay for this versus what do we have to get to? And because of all the tips and tricks that you had on there, we were able to, basically have Disney pay us, to do this. We were eating and we got more. We actually left with 1 or 2 kids credits left that we didn't even end up using. And we were still, came out into to the positive with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's lots of people, lots of creators that'll be, they kind of poo-poo the dining plan, right? They kind of say, oh, it's not worth it. It's a waste of your money, especially when it's a free perk that Disney offers. I feel like a lot of people are like, no, don't take advantage of it. But if you're someone that's going to Disney to save money and you have this mindset of I'm going to save no matter what, you can. It just takes a little bit of effort. You just have to plan a little bit. And you're able to save a bunch of them.
So with the confectionery, did you plan those snacks to be something that would be okay, we are going to plan these for our plane ride that we can use these as that? Is that something that you went ahead and built in?
Yes, because a lot of the comments are you have stuff left over or you don't need them or it's a waste of money to get the snacks. And I also wanted to show variety, that it isn't just a limited thing where you have to go to a quick service or you have to eat it. The other comment you get a lot is, oh, it's so much food. I will never be able to eat that in the amount of time. And then just showing options like, hey, it's gifts. Hey, it's for people like your teachers or your house sitter or someone. Like, these are things that you can use to your advantage at the end of your trip if you're someone that thinks, oh, that's too much food, I'm not going to eat it. I wanted to kind of show variety and all of the ways that you could use it. Like when I used it to get a cold brew, like, was that the best use of a snack credit? No, probably not. But if you're someone that's like, I really want to get a Joffrey's cold brew and I won't eat these other snacks, like, this is a great option for you. It was more about showing the variety and the options, because I think a lot of people are very much like this when they think of the dining plan, and they don't realize how many things apply and where your credits are valuable at. So I planned on it just because I wanted to show variety.
I have to say, you opened my eyes to other snack options that were available. And then, I mean, I go to Disney, I don't know, 5-6 times a year. And I'm just like, oh, I didn't even think about using that as a snack credit. I always was like, okay, I'm going to get a bottle of water. I'm going to get a Starbucks coffee and like get like a venti, because that's what I can do with the snack credit, or 3 cake pops for the kids.
Right.
But like I want like that sushi donut. Like,
that's so good. I love that sushi. The bao.
Just opened my eyes to other things that could be used as a snack credit that people usually don't think of.
Yeah. And it pains me to see. I love you. Don't use your snack credit on water bottles. Get free water.
I know.
Oh
I know.
But
people do that though.
They do.
Because they see like $5.50 or $6, whatever, like a Smart water is. And then they will just use it for a snack credit. So I'm with you. I get a case of water delivered to my resort. Fill them up in the, before we go.
Yeah. But I think that is part of it too, where you have people, like you have a lot of people that are just in this kind of echo chamber of the dining plan's not worth it. It's not worth it. What are you just going to get a water bottle? You're going to get a Rice Krispie treat. And you don't think about, if I just switch my mindset really quickly to kids credits only at Magic Kingdom, getting an adult beverage every time because I'm bringing my kids, using snacks in Epcot. Those are 3 really easy switches that probably made up for about 75% of the over budget, So it doesn't have to be rocket science. It can just be a really simple mindset shift.
When you were talking on everything, you said that might not be the best use of something. And you usually said like it was at that $5 level. What was the actual dollar amount that you found was a good deal versus not wanting to use it, whether it was a meal or a snack?
So snack credit, I believe it's been a long time. I think a snack credit, I try to stay at about $7 for it to be worth it. And then for a meal, I'd say right around $14, $15 for a meal plus an adult beverage. So I think that's right around the comfort zone for it to be break even worth it. Anything over that is gravy. So if you're getting a cold brew and it's like $5 or $6, not worth it. But if you're going to Epcot and getting a sushi donut or the bone marrow for $13, then that kind of makes it for your cold brew being, $6. So right around there.
The one thing you brought to my attention, I never knew about the kids meal hack.
Yeah, I didn't either.
You had brought up.
I'd never heard that.
Like, that blows my mind that you can go up to the fish and chip stand and say, I want a kids meal on the dining package, and it's going to be an adult thing. So that's a really cool idea.
And the best part is you can mobile order it and choose to use a child's credit versus an adult. Like, it gives you the option to say adult quick service or child. And of course you're going to click child at that time.
Why not?
Yeah, because we did the same thing. We did it in Epcot for the fish and chips. It's the adult portion. It's crazy that you're getting it for the kids. And then again we did Sleepy Hollow for the corn dog multiple times while we were there, because it's like Magic Kingdom, again, you can't get the alcoholic beverages, so it doesn't make it worth it. A place we did find the quick service dining plan really worth it was Polite Pig at Disney Springs. Our meal was almost $100 for 2 adult meals and a kid. And it was almost $100 for the 3 of us. It was like 90 something. And I was like, that's a really good use of using this right now. So, and you order the food and then go sit down and they bring it to you. So it's almost like you're at a sit down restaurant. 100%. So that was 100%. A really good deal. I think we went and ate there twice because we were just like, we're going to get our money's worth.
Yes, 100%. One of the other hacks that we're going to mention early preview, but in Magic Kingdom is taking the monorail. So taking the monorail, going to one of the contemporary Polynesian, and getting an adult beverage and a meal there, because you can go take a monorail ride real quick for lunch, get an adult beverage, get some food, make it worth it, and then right back. So if you're someone that wants to get an adult beverage on your Magic Kingdom day, you can still have some mommy juice. So just casually ride the monorail back. There's ways to do it.
That's a nice break in the day. They can sit
air conditioning.
a time and not push a stroller or just walk and just sit.
Yes.
You just have to get over the smell of the monorail for a little bit.
Hand sanitizer right under here. You're fine. You're good.
It's a little bit nostalgic. Like, it's smelly, but it's like a little bit nostalgic where you're like,
It's
monorail.
like, aw, it's a happy stinky. Yay.
My kids do not think
Found
so.
at Polite Pig, we spent $91. It would have been $91 there. So like it
notes.
really ended up being such a good deal. Like you just have to, and that was, again, I used your videos as research for it, but also looking things up and saying like, where can we go that this is included? And also like not being afraid to ask. Like when we walked into Polite Pig, we made sure like what's included with the quick service dining plan. And they literally went through and said, anything from this part of the menu, you can get an adult beverage, you know, for the kid, this is what it is. And just asking those questions, because sometimes like it's not clear on places like at Disney Springs on what's included and what's not. So just having that, it helps.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, is always ask, because Disney cast members are some of the nicest service industry out there. And you'll never get a snarky answer or a eye roll or anything. Like you might be afraid to ask that at other restaurants or other stores, you know, because the people are not so nice sometimes. But Disney is always really good about explaining, and they know how it's complicated too. I mean, they're not unaware that some of us are going in with like maps and apps and everything planned out down to the minute. They know, so they're always very helpful with those things.
But I think that's the point of like the dining package, is they try to make it difficult so they cheat you more than you get to cheat them.
Because they're not going to sell a product that they don't make money off of.
Yeah, because a
But we
majority
can
of
beat the system.
Yeah, a majority of the people are not going to do that research, and they're not going to try their best to break even because they just want the dining plan because it makes it feel all inclusive. Like they have to go, they're not worrying about anything. It's just paid for ahead of time. They're not looking at prices. They're just like, oh, I want to go get that Joffrey cold brew. Like that's what they're going to do. I'm going to get this. Then, you know, that's what they're going to do. They're going to use their adult quick service credits in Magic Kingdom without really looking at it, because to them it doesn't make it, you know, to them they're just like, I'm just doing this because it makes it easy and it's all paid for ahead of time, versus people like us that want to be like, okay, I'm spending this money, I want to make sure I'm getting at least what I'm paying for, if not more.
So with the quick serve, you get the 2 quick service meals per day per person plus the snack. So what did you do for that third meal of the day? You just paid out of pocket?
So it just depended. So we're just not big breakfast people.
Mhm.
I think that maybe is just why it worked for our family so well, is I'm very much so like a coffee from the hotel, a granola bar from my suitcase, and I'm good until lunch. That's just usually how my family operates at Disney. We also, okay, this is so weird, but like we had popcorn for breakfast because we brought the refillable popcorn buckets
Mhm.
and that's what we ate because it was $2.25 every time you refilled it. And we just got popcorn and ate popcorn. And then when we had our lunches, we had our lunches. And it was very satisfying that way. But it is a lot of food on the dining plan. So we weren't like, we were eating later in the night and we were kind of full until the morning. And so it was just kind of a cycle that worked for us. But it just depends like on your family, on what you like. Maybe you are big breakfast people. And so you want to eat like an early breakfast and then you have like lunch, dinner, dunch in the mid-afternoon, late evening or early evening. Like, whatever works for your family, you can make it work. I never found a need with all the popcorn and all the food that we were getting with the big portions. It was just really easy for our family.
We would do like that weird in between, like we would have like a really late breakfast, early lunch, or we would split things too. Like we would split the credits up and we would get something and then we would kind of snack on it together and then have like a kind of the same thing with lunch, and then dinner sometimes might be that bigger meal. But we kind of did the same thing where I'm like, I know it's only 2 meals per person per day, but sometimes that felt like a lot. Like we were not able to get through everything sometimes, especially like on Epcot days where you're snacking more and you're not using those credits. But we kind of like did late breakfast, early lunch, or just kind of split things between the 3 of us that when we were doing it.
Yeah. A breakfast crepe. So good.
I need to try one of those.
Credit. It was so good. It was so good.
Well, let's talk about some of the hit and miss of the restaurants. If you had to go back, if you do this again, what restaurants would you definitely bypass that you went on with this last one, like didn't have the best deal?
That's a hard one. Maybe the food that I wasn't like super happy just in general. I don't really like Docking Bay 7. It was okay. I thought it was kind of like bland and blah, so we probably won't go back there. That's one of the places that we're actually, when we go in June, we're going to try. So in June, the rule is we can't do any of the places that we did on the previous dining plan. So it's going to be new places. Yeah. So new, new places, new things to try. But I probably wouldn't go back to Sleepy Hollow. I know that's so sad, but I'm so sad that they took away the waffles, and the waffles are so different now. But with the changes in food brings new changes and maybe some better offerings at other places. So just kind of depends. As someone who loves Disney, definitely a downtick in like the quality of things that you get 100%. I definitely have felt that and seen that. One of the things most notably on the dining plan when we were there in January, we really loved the adult lemonade from Woody's Lunchbox. And since we've gone back, they've like, this is such a silly thing to be upset about, but you can't taste the alcohol in it. My husband drank like half of it and there's no alcohol in it. And we went back and went, this is not an adult lemonade. This is lemonade with like a droplet of alcohol. And so you can tell that kind of stuff where they're cutting corners and maybe diluting things. And so that's unfortunate and kind of a bummer. But the cast members are the magic, right? And so there are lots of other places that you can go where they're offering better things and more quality things that you can kind of get. When I was there just a couple weeks ago and got to go behind the scenes, and we talked to like the head pastry chef, and he was talking about all of the new things that they're bringing and all of the new pastry items that he's creating. And it made me excited about it because you could finally start to see again that magic coming back that we've kind of lost over the past few years. So while there might not be a lot of things now, I'm fingers crossed hopeful for the future.
I do. And we've mentioned it. I'm going to mention Universal, but we've mentioned it a lot on this. I think what's going on is they're seeing down the road what Universal's doing down there with their food options and whatnot. And they know they have to up the game. You know, y'all tried the blue milk in your series. I don't know if you've tried LaFuse Brew or whatever they call it, but they've tried so many times to get something like butterbeer, and it just has never stuck as much as everybody goes in. And they have a whole butterbeer fest going on right now, and you don't have a blue milk fest in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, but
so I'm glad to hear who's going better.
So it's different, and that's the kind of thing that I think Disney is starting to understand. Disney is nostalgic for many generations. Universal is currently nostalgic for millennials. And so that's why I think they're being successful right now, is you have millennials with older kids and then older millennials or older kids that are kind of like, oh, this is so cool. It's a theme park. That's why it's successful. So Disney is nostalgic for younger kids. And I think that's why they're going after that demographic with like the 50% off kids tickets, and they're targeting families, and they're doing like the family vacation package and family rooms and stuff like that. So I think they're starting to realize that maybe the butterbeer is nostalgic, but it's nostalgic for me. If I went to Universal with my kids, my 9 and 7-year-old would be like, butterbeer, cool, yay. Like, but they like blue milk because they've watched Star Wars. So right. It just depends. It's just different.
I just think blue milk tastes like Windex.
In it. No, get the one with nerds in it.
And doesn't it have like a syrup, like a raspberry syrup or something in it?
So good. That's my daughter's favorite. So my daughter's 7, is a princess thing through and through, loves princesses. Girl dresses up as Leia every time we go to Galaxy's Edge and gets her blue milk and walks around with a lightsaber. Disney's doing something right. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Leia's a princess too. So, I mean,
that's her princess. That's her princess in Star Wars. She loves it.
What do you think was your best use of a snack credit, like during that trip? Like, what was your like favorite snack, and also what you think was the best value?
So best value was the bone marrow. That was definitely like, I think it was like $11, and now it's $12. So it was definitely a great value. My favorite use of the snack, the sushi donut. I loved that donut was so freaking good. And it was also kind of fresh. I mean, you had like the fish, you had the rice, and everything just felt very fresh. And sometimes when you're doing like a quick service plan, you kind of feel like you need to be bogged into this corner of like French fries and chicken nuggets, and you don't have to. So having that variety was really nice. I really liked the sushi donut.
If you're going in the summer when now Epcot's not doing a festival, what do you think the best use of a dining credit for Epcot would be, since they don't have the festivals going on?
A dining credit or a snack credit?
Well, so how would you do Epcot now? Let me just say it like that. How would you do Epcot with a dining package if you're not there during a festival itself?
I mean, you'll still have areas and pavilions and things that, like, I'm pretty sure. I still think I would still only do snacks in Epcot. That's what I would say. I would still only do snacks in Epcot. I still think there's lots of really great, because you have World Showcase and so many options of snacks around World Showcase. I still think it's the best place to use them. And whereas that's the place that has the most variety in snacks, the other parks do not. So I would still use all of my snacks in Epcot, because I think the World Showcase offers a lot of options.
I'm going to agree with that.
No, you were, yeah.
Like the variety, a little bit like every country, because you're like, I want to eat at Mexico, but then I also, want to go to the UK and eat fish and chips. And And usually it's 100 degrees 9 months out of the year, and you don't want to eat that much, but you do want to eat that much. So it gives you a little taste of everything without having to bog yourself down with a heavy meal and then walk around the big lake.
Yes.
And see, I have a taste palette of less than your children because I don't eat sushi. I don't like fish and anything like that. So Regal Eagle is my go-to when I'm in Epcot or be in Napoli or something like that. So eating around the World Showcase isn't really a huge option for me. There's a few things I eat, but I didn't know if there was like a quick service that would stand out that you would have been like, hey, yeah, we will try a quick service. You'll find out later, but yeah.
I think we did Regal Eagle. That was what we did in the video. So I think that's, if you're going to do quick service, that's the best. You got so much food there.
Mhm.
And that's definitely, I would say more mild for most of the palates of people that would like it. But I think World Showcase surprises lots of people. And if you're going to do the thing where you like share things, I think it's just a great option. Even if you don't have like a super adventurous palette, like going and just trying a single thing from each World Show, I still think is super worth it. Just to kind of see what's out there. My kids are 7 and 9, and like my daughter's extremely picky, but she's willing to try stuff and found that she liked a lot of this stuff. So I still think it's worth it.
So Jason is making me go to HHN, and I hate all things spooky and horror. So I think we should make Jason go around the World Showcase and eat something from every country, since he doesn't like it.
Yes.
I like that idea.
As long as it's
Perfect.
I support this decision.
Thank you. It's on.
Yeah.
That's
We're
perfect.
forcing you to eat.
You're going to make
How
us be
bad?
uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable.
What was the deal we made a couple episodes ago where like I was going to do something because y'all I don't know. I had to go back.
You're eating around the
Yeah.
world, and it's going to be great.
And we get to
I'll
choose
drink
what
around
it
it.
is. You don't get to choose.
They're going to make me eat like escargot.
Oh, you'll be
So
fine. It's
good.
good.
Yeah.
It's good.
My wife loves it. I was like, you need to try it. And she did. Because what we do is I give her a $50 gift card. She goes around the world, and that's, she'll eat all day. Okay. And she's like, I'm going to try this escargot croissant.
Do you get the $50 gift card from Target with the red card to save 5%?
Yes, you
I was thinking the
do.
same thing.
Yes,
We
you
did.
do.
That's
You
the only
did it.
way. I have paid for trips in all gift cards
Yes,
from Target.
Same.
That's
It's so fun.
5%. It's
A lot of money.
phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah.
And you can kind of stack it up sometimes when they have like those rewards in your wallet where you like spend 140, get $20 back. And don't mind if I do. 140 Disney gift card. Thank you. It's awesome.
I need to, but we
You
always
should.
forget about it.
And when you're paying for like a week-long trip for a family, like it really adds up over time. Like you're like, oh, look, that's an entire like meal or, meals for the day. Like when you're doing this stuff, I actually just paid off someone's like trip and they sent me like their gift cards. It's a girl I work with. And she was like, thank you so much for telling me to do that at Target. Like it saved me money. And I was like, good. And now that's more money for you guys to spend. And then also like this 50% off kids tickets thing, like I saved over $200 with that as well. So she was like, look at this. You're saving me money with the Target stuff. You're saving me money with the tickets. That's just more things now that like they don't have to tell the kids no. Like if they want to get the bubble wand or whatever, they have the extra money now because they already planned on spending it. So she's like, now we get to do these things. And she was just really thankful that Disney is coming out with those deals for her, and also that she had someone to be like, hey, I did this where I didn't even ask her. I was like, hey, I got to work that morning and go, I saved you $206 this morning. And she was like, whoa, thanks.
You're like, no big deal.
Yeah.
What a dude.
It's another day.
Yeah,
Another day in the
exactly.
office.
I only woke up an extra 45 minutes early to do it.
Usually by the time it all drops, I've been up for 3 hours. So I'm going through and doing it all. Before we do want to talk a little bit more about how to save for your Disney trip. Because, I mean, if we have the Coupon Hunter on, we need to find out how to, save the money to get there. But in research for any future trips with a sit-down restaurant, can you give us little helpful hints on maybe what would be the best value for that? You don't have to give like restaurants per se, but just how would a sit-down be good for us?
Character experiences are always going to be your best value. Buffets are always going to be your best value. So looking for those and prioritizing those above everything else is definitely the way to go. And then the third, so there's three, the character experiences, buffets. And then if you can get any kind of like exclusive seating packages with it, that's another big perk too. So finding a way to get all three of those options, the best way to go for the sit down plan.
And try to do like dinner and lunch more, right? Because those are going to be the more expensive meals as well versus breakfast, because breakfast is always going to be cheaper.
Yep.
Would you consider like Cinderella's royal table is 2 credits.
Like, no.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm just
Nothing with 2 credits is worth it.
Like,
Nothing
okay.
with 2 credits is worth it. It is 100% a waste unless it's like a bucket list item for you and you're like, I have to go inside the castle and I'm going to use my credits because it's a bucket list. Then that's emotional value that you're bringing to that meal. But nothing else is worth 2 credits. Money, it does not make financial sense at all whatsoever.
Not when there's other like princess sit downs that you can do that
What was
aren't.
at Epcot? What's the one at
Akashur's?
Epcot?
Akashur's.
Yes, Akashur. Yep.
this guy doesn't do that.
It's really good food.
It is.
We've done a breakfast there once, and it was good. And we've done dinner, or maybe it was lunch, and I was like, no, I can't do lunch here.
They're usually the same menu.
You could eat off the kids menu.
Yeah, chicken tenders and fries.
I think there's mac and cheese on it.
I will tell you how much of a flavor palette I have. When me and my wife got engaged, I proposed in Cinderella's royal table, and I had him come up and get me. It was a chicken, like a chicken breast, not on the menu, and it was served on mac and cheese, like nothing on the menu whatsoever. I was just like, I'm picky, and they probably knew I was completely nervous, and I still didn't eat most of it. But that was my Cinderella's royal table meal, was grilled chicken on macaroni and cheese.
Chicken a la mac and cheese. I like it.
I spent we were on the dining package for that, and I think I had to pay extra for that because that was actually a separate package because it came with a glass slipper and all that jazz. So
No.
like, yeah, that's why I walked out eating.
And now you have fond memories. And when you go back there, you can get your chicken a la mac and cheese and have joy. There you go.
We've been back like 2 times since then, and price point and experience is not worth it right now. And my son would love it, but he's not old enough to remember it. So we're not going to go there until he can actually remember that I've spent that much money on.
Exactly.
Mac and cheese and
cheese and grilled chicken.
And grilled chicken.
He's more picky than I am. So
Oy.
okay, so we can move over and try to save us some money on actually getting to Disney. You mentioned the Target red cards and saving the 5% on Disney gift cards. Is there anything else like that at any other realtor that we can go and do?
So Sam's Club, BJ's, and Costco, they all have discounted gift cards. And if you look, sometimes Sam's Club will have them on like super discount. Like if they have like a deals days or a deals week, it'll be instead of 10% or instead of 5%, it'll be like 10, maybe 12%, just depending upon how much the gift card is and what they're offering. But they do really good offers there. Every time Sam's Club has a deal on gift cards, I just buy them and stash them away. And then
Don't they do that around like Black Friday? They'll do like a $500 gift card for like $450 or something like that.
Yep. And then they'll do right around Black Friday, whenever Amazon runs a Prime Day, they usually do it. And then sometimes in the summer, you'll see it to kind of help with like vacations and stuff like that. But there's a website. I'm not totally sure what the website is, but there's a place that you go where you stack all your gift cards into one gift card to make it easier to pay. And so what we do anytime
DisneyGiftCard.com.
Good job.
that one. Yeah, that one. So we'll take and we'll put all of our gift cards. We have this one gift card on there. And so every time we buy one, we just stack it on there so we don't lose it and we don't forget about it in our emails. And so it just kind of stays on that gift card online and then we perpetually use it whenever we need it.
That's very smart.
We used to joke about going to Dollar Tree and buying a bunch of toys once we had a kid and putting them in our bag.
What a joke.
We
That is
always
smart.
did that.
Yes.
When he wants that bubble wand, be like, okay, we'll get it when we get back to the room. And it's like, hey, look what I got. Yay, here you go. And it might not be the same one he was looking at, but it was saving
We're
money.
like waiting in
Have you heard of
line.
Tinkerbell?
Everything gives them something to do, or at the table when they're too small, like they're not really eating, but you don't want them to be crazy, so you can eat. Just pull crap out of your bag. Bubbles are always great for that kind of thing.
Here, it's like Mary Poppins bag. Here, you get one.
Our Dollar Tree always stocks a lot of like the glow necklaces, bracelets, all those things. And I would stock up on those. So while we're waiting for fireworks, it would be us and our kids and my sister and her husband and nephews. And I mean, they would just build these elaborate things with these glow sticks. And thankfully, most of the time that kept them from looking over at the little mobile kiosk with all the glowy things that are $25 minimum with the blinky lights. You know, they're over here, building things off of the strollers, and keeps them occupied because you have to get that prime, fireworks spot. But I spent $20 at the Dollar General or Dollar Tree, and it entertained them all week because we just broke more open every night.
So that's a great idea. And especially if you have a stroller, if you have like kids that are like sitting there wanting to do something tactile for the younger ones, it's great. The other thing that we love doing is I got this idea from someone on TikTok a while ago. There was in my comment section, and it's like Tinkerbell pixie dust gifts in the room. And it's basically like if you go into the park and we don't buy anything when you get back, Tinkerbell is going to leave a pixie dust gift on your bed, and you can come back and see what pixie dust Tinkerbell leaves you. And so my kids wanted nothing because they wanted to see what Tinkerbell was going to leave them. And it's real quick. Oh, mommy forgot her shoes. I'm going to go run back really quick. And then you set out the thing that you got on Amazon or Target or whatever onto the bed, and Tinkerbell put a little bit of sparkle around it. We got these like little Mickey shaped sparkles they loved it. They died. They wanted nothing to do with any of the stuff in the park. And they were so happy every night when they came back to see what Tinkerbell had left them. And it's so magical and it's so fun. I loved it.
It's like Tinkerbell's like the incentive. Oh, she was in my room, left me stuff.
And it's for me, and it's special. They loved it.
I
It was
love
so
that.
cute.
When somebody sees it in line and it's like, oh, Tinkerbell brought it, so we don't know where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Yep.
I wish my kids were younger so I could pull that stuff on them.
Right.
Mine
still
are too
talk.
old now.
Right.
Well, mine lost
Mine
a
are
tooth
getting
while
there.
we were there. Actually, he lost 2 teeth while we were at Disney the last time. So this really, really nice lady on a bus like slipped a little stuffed stitch into my husband's bag and said like, so Tinkerbell can leave it tonight. But Tinkerbell, like that Disney Tooth Fairy with Tinkerbell leaves way better gifts than when you're at home. So
Yep.
my son had a tooth that was loose, but not loose enough to come out. He pulled that sucker out so Tinkerbell would bring him another gift that night. So Tinkerbell had to go to the gift shop
Yeah.
at the resort to get
Dang.
something because the first night she left a stitch and $1. And we were like, oh, we're literally just waiting in line for Star Tours. And he goes, oh, look, Mom. I go, that's a lot of blood. And he goes, well, it was kind of wiggly, but I just went ahead and pulled it out so Tinkerbell will come again tonight. And I was like, okay,
That's one way to
cool.
do it.
Let's do it.
I was staying at Universal in September because I might pull a tooth out, see if Tinkerbell comes in.
Tinkerbell doesn't come
That's
to
the
Universal.
Fairy.
There's a fairy godmother in Shrek.
True.
So
Pixies and Harry Potter.
True.
yeah, there you go.
mhm.
See?
They're
There's a
kind
bunch
of
of
scary
magic.
though. I don't think I want those pixies in my room, but
And they eat your teeth too, if I remember right.
Now, with like saving money with Disney, did you like utilize any of the extra magic rewards that come with your vacation package?
I
That's
went to the
awesome.
front desk to get my luggage tags. That's when they gave it to me. Like it was like the whole little like bundle
Yeah.
that they give. And so I had that. I mean, we didn't utilize any of them at the time because by the time I went to get the luggage tags, it was closer to the end of our trip. But it is really nice to look at because I was like, oh, there are a lot of like percentages off of doing things. And especially Joffrey's, like using the snack credits. I would get the specialty Joffrey's at Epcot, like when we were there, like the ones that are a little bit more expensive than just the regular cold brew, because a lot of those were included with the snack credits.
Yeah.
10% off of Cake Bake Shop? Absolutely.
Well, because I've gotten my
$3.
free luggage tags. I knew about the luggage tags. I did not know about that. So no, well, good.
You'd be like, where's my
Just not-
coupon?
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
You want a coupon,
Yes,
Hunter?
have it.
Coupons, guys.
Speaking of, so
Yeah.
you like using coupons and you love Disney and you somehow merged this into now a lifestyle. How did it happen? Just give us a quick summation of like, because I feel like this is a lot of people's dreams. Like take a hobby, merge it with something that I love, and let me do that for full-time work. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll kind of just talk about just briefly like why this started. So my parents lost their jobs in the recession. I started couponing because my parents lost their jobs. I was in high school. And so just kind of coupon my way through the recession with my mom. And then my husband and I, fast forward, lost our jobs during the pandemic. And we had no way to make ends meet. So I started couponing, sharing it with other people, and then it kind of blew up from there. The reason I have such a passion for Disney, though, so I grew up, I come from nothing is essentially kind of my story is we didn't have 2 pennies to rub together. We came from very humble beginnings. And I remember my dad got a new job in California. They recruited him. We're from Ohio. He got a new job in California and they recruited him out. My parents saved up for like 4 years to be able to take us to Disney. And I remember going to Disneyland for the first time and it just being this magical, beautiful experience and just loving it so much. And I wanted to continue to go and take my kids. We didn't have a lot of money because I had my kids young. And so I planned trips and we would save up, but we would do Disney on a dime. And so we would do kind of like the good neighbor hotels and we would go on the off times and we would go when my kid was young and we wouldn't stay very, like all the kind of things that like we'd pack a suitcase full of food. So we didn't have to buy food in the parks. because it's just this magical experience that I wanted for my family, and I found so rewarding. Part is that there's a lot of people now that are like, I'll never be able to take my kids to Disney because it's too expensive. And I think that's a lie. I think that's a big fat lie that the influencers have sold you, right? And the reasons the influencers have sold it to you is because they're the 25-year-olds with no kids, where no offense to anybody, goodness gracious, but they're the 25-year-olds with no kids going into the park buying everything that they want. And they're selling you this unattainable dream. And I think that if we brought it back down to the everyday humble beginnings, Walt's dream for everybody can come to this magical place. Welcome. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is for me. And so I started this because I was tired of people thinking and saying they can't go to Disney. They can't bring their kids to Disney. It's a passion project of mine. And so I just want to make it attainable for everybody. I want to show people, here's how you can do it. You can bring the magic to your family. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. You're not outpriced by Disney. If anything, right now, they're kind of showing us the exact opposite, right? When I sat down with the executives and kind of talked about my passion for it and why I felt like, you know, people are thinking you're leaving Walt's dream behind, they kind of said, we feel the same way and we want to change that. So I think there's lots of positivity coming through Disney. I think it's a place that we can all kind of eventually bring back to reality for people. But I was tired of seeing people show you the unattainable reality that Disney is so much more than going and buying the brand new thing and you have to have a bajillion Spirit jerseys and the latest everything in order to have a magical vacation. You don't.
I love that. That's great. And congratulations for sitting down with executives. I mean, that's awesome. And I mean, you're passing on the word that all of us want to tell them is like, hey, it's a great place, but you know, the prices keep going here, but the incomes don't. So help us out some.
They don't.
So that's
pretty awesome. People want to come. And when you have magazines printing things like, you know, Disney's outpriced and you're never going to be able to afford it. And then finally we have Bob Iger come out and talk about all the things that he's doing to make Disney more affordable and more attainable and what he wants to do moving forward. I think they're finally listening. It was nerve-wracking, though. Let me tell you, I was peeing my pants. I was like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why you picked me. Do you know what I do? Like, are you sure? But the fact that they brought me there, I feel like says a lot about where their headspace is at and that they want to make it more affordable and attainable.
I felt that way when they brought out like the 50% off kids tickets. And even right now for like the month of July with the Disney Plus subscribers deal that they have going and everything, they are making it to where it is a little bit more affordable. If you're thinking about it, you're a family of 4, 2 kids, 2 adults, you're now able to take both of your kids to Disney during this time for 50% off. And you're essentially paying for 1 kid to go instead of 2. So that can really help. And then if you're going in July, when it's also the Disney, can you use both? You can use both of those to get, no, you can't. 2 different ones.
You can't double dip.
Yeah. So you have to look to see what's going to be the better deal. Like, can you get a really good deal on a room in July? I mean, July's hot.
Why you get a travel agent?
Nobody really wants.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can
do all
find
the
the
brain
best
work
deal
for you.
And then you use your Target gift cards.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do the 3-day 3-park ticket and then do the $99 room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's the point that I've always preached is I don't think a lot of people realize my favorite freebie at Disney is the travel agent. Like, that's the best freebie. You don't pay for that. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you can go and have a travel agent book your trip. They get paid by Disney. And then you get all of the perks and the brains and the savings behind it. That's a huge plus. If you're someone that's like, hey, I'm already working a full-time job. I'm just barely affording this trip. I don't want to spend 2 months planning how to beat the Disney dining plan. Okay, cool. Your travel agent's going to do that for you. And then they're just going to send you a cute little PDF of it. And then you're just going to take it into the park and have a magical time. Like, I think a lot of people miss that piece. And when I first shared and did a TikTok video about, hey, they're free. Travel planners are free. Everybody's, no, they're not. No, they're, yeah. Why don't you email a couple of them? I promise you right now, you're going to the wrong ones. Like, it's a great service.
I think the question we answer the most is like, well, how much does it cost to use you?
Yeah.
Like that. And then I don't know how many times like I've had that conversation of actually, you know, you talk to them about like, that's already built in. It's a commission. Like, you're not paying for it. Like, you're already paying for that, but then you're not utilizing that service. Like, it's already in the price.
Yep. It's a great freebie. It's a great perk. And I'm someone that does this all the time and I don't even know everything. So like having someone that does this full time, that has a kind of like a pulse point on Disney and what's going on is a great perk to have, and someone in your corner.
I'm going to make a quick jab at Costco because it's saving money when you go to Costco. We all know that they take their commission and give it back to you. So they try to make it cheaper. But at the same time, you're not getting a personal experience with that Costco travel agent. You call in that line and say, hey, I need to do this. It's just employee A. And then you have another question. You call in, it's employee X. You call again, it's employee M. With a regular travel agent, you're calling that one person. You're texting that one person. And they're getting to know you. They're getting to know your family, what you like, what you don't like, trying to make that experience the best thing that they can make it for you. So that if it's a once in a lifetime trip, your kids will be talking about it for the rest of your life.
And they may be able to suggest things that you didn't even know you wanted because they know you. Yep. Where like you said, a rando on the Costco line wouldn't even know to bring up because they don't know anything about you.
So buy your Costco gift cards.
Costco's great for everything else.
And bring them to your other travel, your travel agent.
It's great for toilet paper.
Sometimes. But the other part is having someone that when you get a new, like if you have a new perk or a new plan, like when the Disney Plus discount was just dropped, aren't people able to call you and be like, hey, can I get this applied to my already existing travel plan? You can't do that with Costco. You buy it from Costco and that's like, cool, you're locked in. Like, they're not going to switch it for you, but you can and save them money.
Like Micah mentioned earlier, it's not even they call us. Most of the time it is
we go ahead
and apply whatever we find is saving them the most money. So like right now, we talked about it when it released. Free dining is a great promotion, but it might not save you as much money as the room discount. So we'll save you the most money, and we'll explain why we did it. And if you sit there and said, hey, we really would rather have free dining, we'll be like, cool, we'll do it. But we want to make sure you have the most money in your pocket for when you go into the parks and have that expensive toy your kid wants.
100%.
We didn't mention it, but let's talk. We mentioned a little bit. They did have the $99 a night All-Star, right? I think it's sports.
Standard room.
No one likes All-Star Sports. I'll say that.
I stayed there and it wasn't that bad.
But
it's not that bad.
And it's a small resort.
Yeah.
Well, and
during the summer, so it's going to be good during the summer. You're not going to have the cheerleaders there. You're not going to have the football players there and all that stuff. So it's going to be better then than it is. I think it's crazy that Disney has put a room under $100 because we haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah.
And I want to book a trip just because I can say I stayed in a hotel room for less than $100 at Disney.
But you tell people that and they go, no, you're lying. Yeah. This is legit. And I think that's the best part about this is Disney's kind of going, here's all these promotions. We hear you, we see you, and it's attainable. I think unpopular opinion. I think the value resorts are the best resorts on property. I hate staying in deluxe resorts because I feel like all my money is going into the place that I'm just sleeping. I don't want to be there any other time than when I'm sleeping. And I've been in a couple, so my parents stayed at the Grand Floridian and we stayed on our anniversary one time in Animal Kingdom Lodge. And they're beautiful. They're beautiful resorts. They have great amenities. I can take a bus or a Skyliner and go enjoy those resorts for free. And then I can go sleep at my All-Star movies for way cheaper and to be just as happy. Yeah. So that's just my opinion. I don't mind all-star sports. Yeah, it's bad when cheerleaders and football players are there. Please don't go during those times. But when they're not, like, it's really not bad. And my kid, who's 9, absolutely loves it because it's like a sports-themed resort, and he gets to walk around, and my husband and him throw a football, and like, it's a great place depending upon your family's needs. So I just always say, don't poo-poo the value resorts. Like, don't knock them till you try them. They're cool. Some of them are real cool. They still got Disney magic.
I have stayed at more value resorts than I've stayed anywhere else. Pop Century's my go-to.
Yes.
The agency, we're going down in June, and we're staying at Pop. So,
Pop.
My kids think Pop
I'm
is the
excited.
pinnacle of luxury. Like,
Yeah.
they love it. They love the theming
It's
so
so
much. They're like,
fun.
can we stay here every time? The bed pulls down from the wall. Like, you've got to be rich
Yes.
if your bed pulls down from the wall.
And they got didn't they just get a new coffee shop in
Mhm.
there?
Yeah, they just
I'm
opened it in
excited
the
about that.
food court last week, I think, maybe earlier this week.
Awesome. I want that new
And they have
ice
the
cream
tie-dye
bucket.
cheesecake.
Oh yes. I want to go try all the things. I love Pop.
All right. I think that's all we got. Do you have anything else you want to share that might help out with savings or anything for the dining package?
No, again, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to look into something, and don't be afraid to say no too. I think that's the other part of this. Like I beat the dining plan but it's not for everyone. If you're someone that doesn't eat meat, if you're someone that doesn't drink, if you're someone that has kids over the age of 9, it might not be for you because it is significantly harder to beat it if those 3 things apply to you. But otherwise, you don't be afraid to ask questions, look into it. You might be saving a bunch of money or you might be wasting a bunch of money. And I think that's the value that y'all bring is we answer those questions and we kind of look at it for you and see what's going to make you the happiest and have the most magical vacation.
Well, we appreciate you once again coming on and talking with us. I said it before, we really enjoyed your series. We look forward to seeing everything you do with Disney. Maybe one day Universal will grab hold of you and bring you over there and see what you with them.
See?
But I mean, that's a personal thing. I love Disney. Disney's my heart, but Universal in the recent years has gotten me. So, Kiersti, can you tell us where everybody can find you and watch your stuff for information?
Yeah. So Torok, Coupon Hunter. Also, if you Google Coupon Lady with Glasses, I pop up.
That's
so
great.
any of those are totally fine.
Great SEO.
I also found you under Beating the Dining Package.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Never anticipated that to be the thing that blew up, but I'm glad it was.
I'm like, how big did your following jump after the Disney stuff?
I mean, significantly. It reached a whole new audience, a whole new level of people. And like I said, I feel like it was a pulse point for people. Disney's expensive. No, it's not. Here's how we can beat Disney, and the mouse isn't always going to win. So I think that was a really valuable thing to show people.
Well, like I said, we look forward to seeing what you're going to do here in the next year. And we're glad that Disney's reached out to you and seeing what you're capable of being in a social media light when it's not focused on Disney. And maybe that gives hope to some of those people out there that don't focus all their love into the parks, that they have different opinions on things. For the rest of us, if you want us to help you plan your first or your most magical vacation, you can get a hold of us, magicaltravel.com. Any of us would be glad to help you, and any of our wonderful agents over there would help you with a free no obligation quote. The next episode will be in a couple weeks. It will be me and Micah will be talking about our experiences with Epic Universe for the very first time and what we liked, what we didn't like, and any food that we tried. I tried the chicken. I can go ahead and tell you that. Chicken and pizza. I'm not as adventurous. But until then, we will see you on the next episode.